A woman goes into labor while her wife is an hour and a half away. Her best friend drives her to the hospital. They don't make it in time. She has the baby in her friend's car. Now her friend won't speak to her. And the husband sent her a message saying, and I quote, "Thanks for effing up my car." But Reddit thinks there's something darker going on here. Let's get into it. This story comes from a 27-year-old woman who was almost 38 weeks pregnant. Her wife had left for the afternoon to help out her brother, just a quick trip, an hour and a half away. Neither of them expected anything to happen. Her friend Alice offered to come spend the day with her so she wouldn't be alone. They watched some movies, hung out, had a nice relaxing day. She was uncomfortable, but she had been uncomfortable for weeks at that point. She didn't think anything of it. Then things started to change. At some point, they both realized this wasn't just discomfort. This was the real deal. She was going into labor. She called her wife. They talked about whether to wait for her to get back. But things were moving fast. Really fast. She asked Alice to drive her to the hospital. Alice agreed. But they didn't make it. She had her baby, a daughter, in Alice's car. Well, technically her husband's car. An Audi. Mother and baby are both fine. There were a few complications, but everything worked out. Her wife is having a hard time with missing the birth, but they have a healthy, perfect baby to focus on. Here's where things get messy. 2 days after the birth, she sent Alice a message, thanked her for everything, told her, light-hearted but sincere, to please send her a bill for having the car cleaned. Alice didn't reply for a while, and when she finally did, she just liked the message. She messaged her a few more times after that. No reply. Then the husband sent her a message. He said not to message Alice anymore. Congratulations on the baby, and, quote, "Thanks for effing up my car." She was stunned. She said this is so unlike Alice. They've been close friends for a long time. She mentioned that she never loved how the husband speaks to Alice sometimes, but they were always friendly enough. Now, complete silence. She doesn't know what to do. Did she traumatize her friend? Should she leave her alone? Should she keep trying? She made it clear. She absolutely planned to pay for the car to be cleaned or repaired. She wasn't trying to dodge that. She thought her first message made that obvious. But apparently it didn't land that way. She updated the post a few times. In her second update, she reached out to Alice again. Apologized for everything. The car, the trauma, all of it. Offered to pay for repairs regardless of the cost. Offered to rent them a car in the meantime. Said she'd contact professionals, get estimates, do whatever it takes to make it right. Then came the final update. Alice blocked her. She's at a loss. She said she'll keep trying to make it right. Contact insurance, get estimates, take it seriously. But for now, the friendship appears to be over. Now let's talk about the comments, because Reddit went off on this one. First, people explained just how bad the car situation actually is. An actual auto detailer commented, "This is considered a biohazard job and will be very expensive to decontaminate and clean properly. Be prepared for a fairly significant bill once you find someone capable and willing to take on such a job." Another person added, "For a car, I think you should offer to pay for a forensic cleaning service and expect it to cost a few $1,000s. They may need to do ozone treatment to get rid of the smell or to replace the carpet and the seat." Some people pointed out that it's an Audi, so we're potentially talking thousands of dollars just to replace the seats. One person even said the car might be totaled. When the original poster read that, she replied, "I never realized the car might be considered totaled. I feel awful." But here's where the comments took a turn. A lot of people weren't focused on the car at all. They were focused on Alice's husband. The top theory had over 4,000 upvotes. It simply asked, "Is her husband controlling?" The commenter explained, "With his message, my bet would be he is the one that is pissed with the situation and she might be distancing herself to avoid consequences from him." Another person said, "I have a feeling Alice is getting the brunt of her husband's anger here. And in turn, she's letting it out on the original poster by ghosting. Or the husband is telling her, "We're never speaking to them again." Someone else put it even more bluntly. The boyfriend is awful because he's actively stopping you from paying so he can use this accident to abuse your friend further. One commenter wrote in all caps, "He saw an opportunity to cut you off and he took it." People pointed out that the original poster had already mentioned she didn't like how he speaks to Alice sometimes. They said this was classic isolation behavior, using any excuse to remove friends from his wife's life. One person said, "This reeks of a shitty husband." What was she supposed to do? Tell her to hold it in? Make her give birth on the side of the road like an animal? Another wrote, "Any adult would have been like, 'Hey, here's the situation. Thanks for offering to pay, here's the bill.' Instead, he's using this to control and isolate." Multiple comments said the same thing. Someone should go check on Alice. The original poster responded to some of these and admitted she's worried too. She said Alice would never say a bad word about her husband. But as many commenters pointed out, that's often how it goes in controlling relationships. Some people still thought the original poster could have handled it better. They said waiting 2 days to reach out and making a lighthearted joke about sending a bill probably came across as not taking it seriously, even though she was. But the overwhelming consensus was this: the husband is the real problem here, and Alice might need help. One commenter offered the most practical solution: buy the car from them. Honestly, at this point, that might be the only way to fix this. So what do you think? Is the husband isolating Alice? Should the original poster keep trying to reach her? And what would you do if your friend had a baby in your car? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, hit that subscribe button. We post new stories every single day. And if you want more relationship drama, check out the video on screen right now. I'll see you in the next one.